Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thanks for joining us on Vacation Station TV Sunrise Live. It's a Saturday morning, and hopefully your day is starting out well. Um, yeah, there's some rain in the air. Looks like the weekend has a little bit of rain, but don't let that dampen your spirits at all. No, not at all, because there's so much to do in the Smoky Mountains that okay, maybe your plans got a little washed out, but that doesn't mean that the whole day has to be washed out. So get on up, get ready to go out, have a good time. There's so much to do. In fact, let's talk about the weather for a minute or two. What you can expect today is mostly cloudy skies. And right now it's not too rainy. It's drizzling here at the cabin, but the chance of rain is fairly low right now. But as the day progresses, it's going to pick up again. And tomorrow there's an 80% chance of rain. Even Monday there's a chance of rain. But that don't let that dissuade you from going out and having a good time. Lots of indoor things to do. There's the Harvest Fest that's going on now in Gatlinburg and pretty much everywhere in the Smoky Mountains. If you're going up to the Gatlinburg area, the Oberfest, Ober-Gatlinburg has the Oberfest. You've got the, believe it or not, a Spooktacular. That's going on now, and that's indoors, so you could go there. You can go to the Townsend Visitor Center and Museum. Great place to go. You'll have a lot of fun there. You can go to Wonderworks. You can go to Through the Lens. You can go through the Titanic. And there's lots of indoor things you can do. A lot of indoor putt-putt places. Some of the what I call alpine slides or mountain coasters, they actually go in the rain, like the one in Wares Valley. I'm sorry, in Walden Creek. That one, rain or shine. It's rain or shine. They actually put a little shield up and a thing over you so you don't get wet. That's kind of nice of them to do that. So you could actually do that. You can always go to Severe Air. That's in Sevierville. You can always go through the Tanger Mall, do a little bit of shopping. That's always fun to do. There's lots of indoor places you can go and be completely out of the rain. So why not check it out? If you want to get on board, the chat room is open. Feel free to chat and say what's on your mind. I know I've been MIA for this whole week. I've been working a lot on the cabin. I have to get this painting done before the cooler weather comes in, because you really shouldn't paint in 50 degrees or less. The paint won't stick to the wood, so I've got to get this stuff done. And I'd be out there painting right now, by the way, but it's raining. But that's what I've been doing all week. I've been on ladders. I've been climbing all over the place, painting, getting the place look nice. It's something you have to do. When you own a house, or it doesn't matter what you own, you got to take care of it. It's just part of being a homeowner. So I'm compelled to make sure things are done right. Like today, pretty much scrubs my plans for video, but all this week, after I paint in the morning, and then come afternoon, I go out and I shoot video. I try to get at least 2 videos shot per day. Some of them you never get to see because they didn't turn out the way that I want them. They weren't exciting, or they weren't informative. They just didn't give me. If I don't get excited about them, you're not going to get excited about. So they just get put away for another day. I don't know if you saw the latest videos, at least the one I did. I have another one ready to go out, but I'm not going to launch that one yet. The absolutely quickest shortcut to Pigeon Forge. It's up now. It's already getting a lot of hits, and I thank you for that, by the way. And like and subscribe and comment. Like and subscribe and comment. But this video shows you, and if you have people coming here or you're watching right now, it will show you the absolute shortest way to get to Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. And when I mean shortest, it will cut your time in half. It'll cut out more than 3/4 of the traffic lights that you will encounter when you get off of 407 and you start heading into Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, and then Gatlinburg. There's roughly, I may have lost count of a couple, but it was 22 lights that I'm pretty sure that I counted every single one of them going out there. I said, wow, I didn't realize there were this many traffic lights. But I can cut them down about 9. I can cut them in half and get you there in at least half the time or even more. And the ride is really sweet. It's a smooth drive. You have to kind of go through a couple of little snarly areas that are, you got to deal with a little bit, not a lot. I'm talking just a little bit of traffic, not a lot. And but once you get on the roads that I tell you, you can literally, and I set my cruise control, and you can too. And you won't get the aggravation of stop and go and stop and go. That's really irritating. That really is. So you check out that video. It's the shortcuts to Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. And the way that I take you there is you will end up right at the very end of Pigeon Forge, not the beginning of Pigeon Forge where all the traffic is trying to get in, because you come down this hill and there's just this sea of cars, and you look at that and you go, oh God, what are we going to do? And you'll be in that, if you don't follow my directions, you will be in that line for an hour or more, and sometimes more is more likely. But if you take my directions, you will be in Pigeon Forge in less than half the time of if you were waiting in that line, and more if it's like a weekend right now. You'll be at your hotel room or your cabin, whatever it is, unpacking and getting ready to go out, and they'll still be at the beginning of Pigeon Forge. It won't be anywhere near their destination. Now at the end of that road that I take you to, if you make a right, that's Pigeon Forge. It dumps right out into Pigeon Forge. But if you make a left, that's the beginning of Gatlinburg. So if your destination was Gatlinburg, you're already more than 3/4 of the way there. Because you're not going to have to go through Sevierville, the town. I take you in and then left away from everything. And then you don't have to go through Pigeon Forge and all that nastiness. You're going to make a left and go right to Gatlinburg, and you'll be there. I promise you, I know these roads because I don't want to get stuck in them, and I don't want you to get stuck in them. Not at all. So check it out. What else did I see? I was cruising around, and I was looking at some of the events that are going on. And put up my glasses here. I just wanted to share these with you. Anakeesta, that's right. They have the Legend of Hollow Mountain at Anakeesta. You may want to check that. That's going on now through November 1st. Ripley's Fright Nights, that's going on right now. Smoky Mountain, the Gatlinburg Craftsman Fair, that's right inside Gatlinburg, right near Ober Gatlinburg. It's almost across the street. And you like that. That's a lot of fun. If you want to go to a crafts fair, those are always fun to look at. And the Ripley's Trick or Treat Carnival, you may want to, if you're thinking about coming up here somewhere around Halloween, they're having one on the 31st. There's a lot of places that are condoning more of get-togethers instead of going out trick-or-treating, and I highly recommend that. It's excuse me, it's better and safer for your kids if you stick in groups and you go to functions. They tend to be safer. There's no wackos out there, so go to the functions. I wouldn't be, in this day and age, if my kids were younger, I wouldn't even permit them to go out trick-or-treating. Just wouldn't happen. I don't care what neighborhood you're in. Just won't. I wouldn't do it. Not at all. I mean, if I was with them still, there's opportunity there. You just go to the functions where they have kid things to do. You know, they all laugh and play and they all have a good time and everybody gets plenty of candy and everybody's fine. And then when they're all sugared up, take them to severe air. Let them burn off some of that sugar because they're going to drive you crazy. So how's your day going? I don't. Like I said, I've been really busy all week and trying to get some stuff done, and I have so much more I have to do. So, if there's times that I'm intermittent with being on in the morning for the Sunrise Live, forgive me. The things I have to do, and they're very important. Not that you guys aren't important, but I have to get certain things done in time. Like today and tomorrow will set me back 2 days on my plans to finish my painting, because then I have other things I really need to do. With fall coming in, I get my the weed whacker out with the saw blade on it, and I have to clear out. There's an area that I've been wanting to do for a while. Clear out the tree, the little saplings and stuff. I want to clear away, and there's sticker bushes galore, and I need to do that, but I can't do it in this weather. So how many of you, excuse me, are new in town? Feel free to chat me if you're in your car. Just give me a chat at Vacation Station TV, and let me know what you're up to. I'll try to guide you if you're lost or if you're new up here, because there's lots of new stuff. My goodness, have you seen all the growth in this area? All the new hotels that are going up, all the new stores that are going up. There's so much. The restaurants are popping up all over the place. This really is. This whole area is booming right now. So you'll be surprised when you come in town. Go, that wasn't here. And even if you were here like a month ago, you go, that wasn't there last month, because they put these things up really, really quick. They don't waste any time. Not like some of the places I lived in, it was like took years for them to do stuff. No, here they get it done quick. The new restaurants all over the place. And do check out all the restaurants in town. And no, I'm not. Where's Susan? Is she? No, I'm on live, honey. You want to come up and say hello? Why not? So what if you're in your PJs? You don't want to say hello? I disappeared. It got quiet, but I'm up here talking, right? No, talking to all the people. Being I haven't done shows all week, you know, painting, painting, painting. I have no. Looks like 9:28. Yep. Okay. Okay. What are you gonna do? Okay, she's gonna go exercise now. Okay. They heard it already, but I'm just reaffirming what you're doing. She's going to exercise. How she exercises, I tie a chopstick on her back and let the bear chase her around the neighborhood for a little while. Oh, Rosie's here. All right, goodbye. She's going back down to the lower level. You going into the dungeon? She's going into the dungeon. We call it the dungeon. It was a dungeon when we bought the place. It was kind of scary in its own little way. Um, it's a basement, but it was completely unfinished. Completely, and when I mean unfinished, it was unfinished. It wasn't like you would say, "Oh, it's just look like." No, 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 no. There were rocks. The mountain is in the in the basement, and it was weird. It was weird because the house is built into the mountain, and they just didn't finish the basement, and I could never get in there to do anything because literally there's rocks, big rocks, and then it was weird looking. So I completely gutted that and redid the whole basement, put the floors in, put the walls, did everything, and now it's a nice finished basement. It's we store a lot of stuff there. It's great. It finally, and that took me a while to do because I knew the commitment was big. The commitment, if I made that commitment, it was going to really keep me busy for a while, and that's exactly what. Yes, my love. Possibly. Well, that's really up to you, my love. It's really all up to you. It takes me just a few minutes to shower and get dressed. You 2 hours. It takes her a lot of time to get ready. I know it takes women a lot of time to get ready to do things. Me, jump in the shower, get out, dry, put my clothes on. I'm ready. I'm standing there, and takes forever. What else? But I'm glad I got that done. That was like the biggest priority um, that I had was done so that I could use it because it was a lot of space. It was just unusable the way that it was. So I finished it, and now I'm happy I did because it really made my life easy. I was able to get stuff in that I had in storage, and I just wanted to make sure that I could finally get it out of the way. Feel free to chat if you. Let me. I want to shrink this screen a little bit so that I can see you when you're there. Okay, there you go. Okay, that'll help out. Feel free to chat if you'd like to. There. No, I got both. The two screen opening up the screens. It's still drizzling here in the mountains, but there's it comes and it goes. And if you've been up here for any length of time, the weather is erratic at best. It could say that it's going to be 80% chance of rain, and maybe in one area it's 80% chance of rain, but you go down to the valley or vice versa. You go to the valley, it's clear, or you go up the mountains, it's clear. So just don't let that dampen your spirits. Just go out and enjoy the mountains. And just have fun because there's so much to do. Rain or shine, it doesn't really matter. I have no problem going down to the river or into the park, even in the rain, because it's fun. There's something to do. So let me see if I can. Hi there. There. Okay. Now it's there. Now I know it works. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. What else is there to do? Another place that I mentioned in my latest video that I highly, highly recommend going to is the Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Now I know a lot of people go, I don't want to see knives and I don't want to see guns. Well, they have a lot more there than knives and guns. And that shocked me when I first went in the doors of that place. First of all, it's 3 stories. The Smoky Mountain Knife Works is 3 stories. The main floor, as soon as you walk through the door, you will find the typical knives and guns, and a lot of them. There is a huge area of knives and guns, but on that same main floor, I'm going to try to take you through a quick virtual tour. On that same main floor, they have a lot of outdoor clothes. They have outdoor gear for you, not just guns and ammo and stuff. Now that they have guns, ammo, and knives. The largest knives, tens of thousands of knives and guns and ammo. So if you want to stock up, that's a great place to go. Prices are really good too. But then around, no matter what floor you are on, around everywhere there's beautiful taxidermy of all different types of animals, and little scenes. The store has these scenes made up of rivers, and they have actually flowing water and animals in their natural type habitat, although they're stuffed. They're there, and it looks really, really cool. They've got a grizzly bear there. It's got to be 8 feet, 10 feet tall in a natural environment. It's not just stuck there. It's got the mountains and the trees, and really pleasure to look at. And that's all through the whole store. There's a whole bunch of that stuff through the whole store. And lots of antiques hanging all over the place, and pretty much everything is up for sale. Now on that main floor, I'm cruising around in my head, there's all sorts of gift giving ideas. Then if you walk down, and everything is handicap accessible, so you can walk down the level. You can either take an elevator, or you can take the ramp down to the second level, and there they have all sorts of cool stuff there. They've got clothes. They've got clothes for children, clothes for women, clothes for men. They have boots, shoes, sneakers, t-shirts, belts, coats, hats, of all different types, not just outdoorsy camo-y stuff. They have really good stuff there, high-end stuff and budget stuff. So if you're on a budget, great. If you want the high-end stuff, great. They got that too. Um, they also have on the second level, I'm cruising around in my head, they have an area, and ladies, you'll like this, or guys, if you're into it, they have an entire, it's huge. It's got to be 4 or 5 thousand square feet of just cooking stuff. Every imaginable gadget, gizmo, and thing that you've ever seen and stuff you've never seen, they have that there. All the cooking items you could want. Hi, Larry Greenman. How are you? Hi, you're still in Southwest Michigan. It's good to see. Probably, Larry, you're getting cold up there right now, huh? I wouldn't doubt it. But as I was saying, if you want cooking utensils, they have them there. They have all the jellies and the jams and all of that stuff. Then they've got things that you can bake and cook with, complete stuff there that you can, it's kits, and you can buy all this stuff. They've got one of the largest selection of cooking knives I have ever seen. I've bought quite a few from them. High-end quality knives that you can cut meat with and fish. It was really hard for me to find that stuff, because you can go to Walmart and find that stuff, but it's cheapy Chinese stuff, and it doesn't last. They've got some really surgical steel stuff there at great prices. Then they got, for the kids, they've got the moving, what do you call it, animatronic singing, and it's huge. These giant dog and bear and raccoon and stuff, and it sings all these great country tunes in there, and that's always fun to watch. I enjoy that. They got candies and chocolates and all the things that the kids would like or you would like, and that's just in the cooking section. Then my favorite section of all, Larry, you might like this. I don't know. It's called the Relic Room, and it's a good size area of and relics. Really doesn't explain exactly what it is, but there is, on my video that I did for the Smoky Mountain Knife Work, did an interview with the owner and talked to him, and he was really full of information that I needed. Who do we have here? And I'm there. We just did the Rich Mountain Road drive in the rain. Good for you. It was really nice. So much tree coverage, and we were able to pull off and have a picnic and not get wet. We try not to let the rain get us down. No, and good for you. Good for you. Because don't let the rain get you down. Don't let the rain. Just wrote a song. No, because rain you have to have water in order for things to survive. So you just kind of work around it. If you want, you wear a poncho or you wear a raincoat. It's not going to kill you. And it's not that cold out. It's really quite pleasant outside right now. And good for you. You're new. I don't remember seeing you here. And I'm there. You're new. Thank you. Hopefully you subscribed. Hit the subscribe button on the right. We're so close. I can taste it. I can taste it. We're so close. And thanks for everybody who's watching our videos. Wow. Marie is shocked sometimes when she goes, really? Did we get that many hits? And I go, yeah. On the fire, and please remind me to tell you about the Relic Room. It's really important, but I'm going to kind of go off track for a second. The fire that was in Pigeon Forge the other day, that was just a fluke that I saw it. I mean, I'm driving by and Marie and I going somewhere. Where's that smoke from? And it was this black smoke starting to billow, and that's not normal. That's not a campfire. This is nasty smoke. So by the time I turned around and got back to where the smoke was, the Pigeon Forge, the police and fire department, there must have been 10 or more trucks from all over the place. They weren't just Pigeon Forge. They converged on this place out of nowhere, and they started to try to get this fire under control. And it was at the what they call the Red Roof Mall. There's a whole bunch of places there to shop at, and this place had been there for many years, and still don't know why the fire started. And I'm sure it was an accident. It could be anything, but I'm sure it was an accident. And it was absolutely in flames. This place was being engulfed because it had all the it was a souvenir place, souvenir shop, and it had all the knickknacks and the plastic things that you buy, typically, and the place was just engulfed in flames. And they were working feverishly to put that thing out. Long time watcher and lurker, like your video. And like your video. Thank you. Double thumbs up. I appreciate that. You make me feel good. I wasn't even sure if anybody was going to come on this morning because I missed this whole week because of projects around the house that I have to get done before it gets much cooler. So forgive me if I abandon you. But I didn't abandon you. I thought about you the whole time. But I have to get out early in the morning to do it because it takes so long to do all this work. I'm literally I'm 35, 40 feet in the air with a can and a paintbrush in my hand. I'm trying to balance on this ladder. And I'm going, this isn't safe. But I got to get it done because Her Majesty says, get it done or get gone. So I'm up there painting and painting and painting and pulling shutters off the wall. I've got to take the shutters off the house. I've got to sand them down. I got to prime them and paint them and then go back up, put them back up. And I'm just changing the color and the scheme of the cabin just because I want it. I can hear the rain. We have a metal roof, so you can always tell when it's raining. It's starting to rain again. And so I'm changing it. I had the obligatory, as everybody else does, when you have a cabin, you have the obligatory hunter green. You have the brown cabin and the hunter green. And I was bored. So now I've got it regal red. All the trim and the windows and the door regal red, which really makes the cabin pop. And it just sets a different tone. Because I'm so tired of looking at that hunter green for years. I've been here 5 years. And I go, I really want to change this. I really want to change it. So she said, so change it. If you're so adamant about it, change it. So I did. And I'm still doing it. I still got the first level, the 3 levels. So I've got the first 2 are almost done. I've got 2 shutters to put up on this window here. You can't really, it's there. There's a window there and the shutters up here, and that's pretty high up. That's 35 feet up. Excuse me. Sinuses in this weather really raise hell with me. Where was I? Oh, I want to get back to the Relic Room because you really need to see this place. This is at the Smoky Mountain Knife Works in Sevierville / Kodak. It's like right at the beginning of those 2 little towns. Place is huge. How big it is, I can't even imagine. Take like 2 or 3 Publix, put them on top of each other, or whatever, but Publix is a reference, and put them on top of each other. And this is how big this place is, and maybe that's still a little small, I'm thinking. But the Relic Room has everything in there. I was blown away. I want everything in there. Everything, and I'm not kidding. Everything from dinosaur bones and anything you could think of in between that. Okay, think of anything you can think of. Old and antique dinosaur bones up through all the wars, all of the things that have gone on. There is something there. They have Revolutionary War, Civil War, World War I, World War II, Vietnam War stuff. Like I said, dinosaur bones. They have a huge collection, and I'm fiercely into it. Crystals. They have crystals and gem, rock and gem specimens. They have cathedrals. Eric Carter. I love the Knife Works. I visit every time. Now tell me, Eric, is it not awe-inspiring when you go in there? Is it not like, wow, this is great, this place is great? The Relic Room has so much cool stuff. The stuff from Egypt. They have money and pottery and things from the Egyptian times, and stuff from the Renaissance times, stuff from overseas. They have stuff from America, and just a whole. It's so. Just look at the video. Go to my video on Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and I really covered heavily on the Relic Room because it's one of my favorite places. Because I have dinosaur bones and I have all the rocks and gems, and I'm thinking, where could I fit that? Where could I put that leg? It was a leg. There was a leg of a dinosaur that stood about 8 feet tall, and I mean a leg. This thing was. It had the the femur and the knee and the whole hip joint area and the foot. And I'm going, where could I put that? And my wife says, don't you dare come home with that. Because I could see me just plopping it right there and be very happy with it. But no, no, no. No, no, no. It's very overwhelming, isn't it? Eric Carter says it's overwhelming. It really is, because not only do you walk in and see the guns and the knives, excuse me, I think I'm going to sneeze, and if I sneeze, please excuse me. And they have a huge selection. And ladies, if this is a different time, you should be protecting yourself. And I know that you may be against something like that, but you really need to be protecting yourself. Don't worry about what you believe, worry about you and your family, okay? And they have everything there you need to get your gun license and get a gun, nice little small little gun. Um, hang on the side of the, yeah, what a roadside, look, you could have, watch the idiot climb a ladder. Because I'm by myself, because Marie's usually gone off, and so I go, and I did this yesterday. She didn't know. She hates when I go on the ladders by myself. And I was up at least 35 feet, and I'm at the tip of the ladder, and I'm up there with the brush, and the ladder's moving around. I go, this is really a Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello thing here. But I hold on, and I've never ever fallen from a ladder. And I used to paint houses when I was in school, back in high school, to make extra money to buy my car, and I learned how to do things right. I've never ever fallen from a ladder, no matter what precarious position I get myself in. But it's I got to get it done, guys. I got to get it done. But come see the roadside attraction. Watch the idiot fall on his butt. He'll dive into a shot glass full of spaghetti at the very end of this thing. But I'm getting there. It's raining pretty hard right now. But there's a place you all could go today, is the Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I promise you will be truly happy when you're done looking at all the thing. And there's so much shopping to do. Right, Eric? There's shopping for kids, women, mom and dad, and the kids, grandma, grandpa. It doesn't really matter. Everything you can imagine in clothes, whether it's, and right now, they have all the summer stuff on sale, 70% off and higher in some of the situations there. And you could get some quality, super quality stuff really, really cheap in the clothing, apparel area. And then getting ready for winter, they've got all the latest and the greatest. It's definitely a treat. I give it the thumbs up. Yeah, just Larry, she needs to videotape me. Just, yeah, for insurance reasons, probably. I'm heavily insured. So, yeah, she would like that. Come on, take a chance. Lean over a little more. You missed the spot. I have my coffee. I made a fresh pot this morning. Oh, what'd you say? And I'm there. That's a really cool name. She laughed out loud. Meant the dinosaur leg, but I guess that painting too. Yeah, the dinosaur leg. I really want that leg. I really, really want that leg. And Eric, did you see the leg I'm talking about? As soon as you walk into the relic room, it's like right there. It's. Can you imagine how big that thing was? If the just the foot, the femur, and the lower part of the leg, I hope I got that right, is at least 8 feet tall. It's gigantic, and it's big. It's not like, a chicken leg on a stick. It's big. Big. It's on a beautiful handmade iron holder. If I had a bigger place, I would get that. And a whole bunch more stuff, because I love the dinosaur bones that they have there. And they've got, like, ammonites and troglodytes, trilobites, all the weird little bugs that were in that time, and they're great gifts. They really are. I have a lot. Someday I'll show you the next level down. You can't really, because up there are crystals up here. I've got a lot of crystals. I love crystals. I just love the way they look, and I've got all these different from all over the world. And I've been collecting them for it's got to be 25, 30 years. I've been collecting crystals and things like that, and I love that stuff. It's just fun to look at, and some of them are lit, and they throw off this really nice light, and They have it all there at the Smoky Mountain Knife Works. They have all the crystals you could imagine, and great little gift ideas. I mean, from just a couple of bucks, they have stuff there all the way up to a couple 100,000. But that's not going to be me. If you want to get something different for somebody, that's a great place to go because they have all sorts of cool things there. Uh, Let me see. Eric, what'd you say? Too bad it'll be gone when I come back in November. Um, yeah, but there's what about the other leg, right? They got one leg there. Maybe he's got another leg. I mean, I don't think the dinosaur hopped around. Maybe come see the one-legged dinosaur. Oh, I hate this. I'm missing my leg because I bought it and it's just hopping around. They got a whole bunch of bones there. They're not hurting for bones. Marie won't even let me display the dinosaur bones that I have because they're too big. I don't have an 8-foot one. That would be the pasty resistance. The pasty resistance. I would love to have that. Would be that. I'd have a spotlight on that. I'd actually install a little spotlight on that, and people come in. What the heck is that? It's a leg. Big chicken. Hey, you should have seen the rest of it. The giblets and gravy were great. Oh, I fall in love with that place every time I go there. All the summer clothes. Good morning, David Fontaine. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Good morning, David. Yeah, all the summer clothes, Eric. The summer sales. Everything right now. Summer stuff is on sale. This is the time to buy for next year. I toe no line when it comes to fashion, as you can tell. I'm wearing a sweatshirt. So I go where the sales are. And if I can find a good quality sweatshirt, this is medium. This is a medium quality. This isn't as good as I like it. I get one because I tend to keep them. I don't go out and buy a lot of clothes and stuff. I'm just not a clothes hound. I always wear jeans, sneakers, t-shirt, or a sweatshirt. Been doing that all my life. That's all I know. That's why you always see me in a black t-shirt or white t-shirt. That's what I do. That's it. I'm not into the ew. I'm just not. I'm really plain. Oh God. One more week and you'll be up good. Make sure you let me know when you're going to be here. And if you don't know where you can go and stuff, I'll help guide you to all the places you want to go. Make sure you check out the new video that I just put up. I guess it was last night sometime. It was pretty late by the time I put it up earlier, but I took it back down because there was a mistake in the. Because it must have been 4:30 in the morning when I finished editing the thing, and I forgot. Stupid me sometimes because I get tired, and I'm finishing it up and I'm making sure everything is right. And I forgot to put the credits at the end, where it comes up and it says Vacation Station TV, your virtual getaway. I completely forgot to save it. I put it in, but I didn't save it. You got to save it in the editing mode while you're putting this thing up. You've got to hit save to make sure everything goes to that file, and I forgot. And I go click, render, and I go, good, it's done. And I had it set to go at 6 in the morning, and when I looked at it, I go, oh, I forgot everything that is really important. So I took it down, and I had already had 100-something hits on it, so I lost 100 hits, but I don't like doing a job that's half done, and that really bothered me until I redid it. But check out that video because, David, it shows the quickest way to get into Pigeon Forge, and I guarantee you'll save half the time and, without a doubt, all the aggravation that you're going to go through. Because the roads are getting very congested because of the fall foliage that's going on. And if you're coming up now in a week or so, you're going to be at the height of craziness here. So follow my directions, and you will be in town, and those people will still be in Sevierville when you pack up and leave. They'll still be there. When are we going to get there? When are we going? We've been here a week already, and we haven't moved. I saw both times. Okay, thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I like the silly pictures, and then of course I put Lucy and Lucille Ball at the end there, just being silly. How can I get in touch with you? More direct. One thing I keep forgetting, and Marie always reminds me, is my email address. And you can always email me at jeffreycharles55 at Yahoo. I don't know if I did that on this one or not. Let me check. Let me check. I know I put it. I'm just going to put this on the end here. Don't worry. No, that's not it. Sorry. It's on the other program that I use. jeffreycharles55 at yahoo.com. I will be putting it on my videos, and that's what Marie was telling me to do. And I got to get that in my head because I also forgot my super shout-outs. And these are all things I have to actually build and then put in. So sometimes I get confused or I get distracted by something, and then I forget and I render it, and it's already too late. jeffreycharles55 at yahoo.com. Do you, Michael, you use the way that I took you? I gave away the secret. You know which one I'm talking about? Yeah, it's really, it's really an easy way to get in. And probably after we all talk about it and that video is up, it's going to be just as clogged as Pigeon Forge. And you really will have to sprout wings. You will have to fly in by yourself because there's no airport. So you'll just have to sprout wings, just eat a lot of chicken, and you could land in Pigeon Forge somewhere. I don't know what else to tell you. There are no other secret. Well, let me digress on that one. I have another video coming out today that the video is, I could let it out of the bag. The copycats, they're not fast enough to get a hold of me. I leave them in the dust all the time. I hear through the grapevine that obviously we shocked. Marie and I must set the status quo. We set them on their head because now they're all trying to keep up. But anyway, I have a new video that will be coming up later on today that when you're in Pigeon Forge, this whole area, it's really tough to get around. It's because the road is just, both sides of the road are absolutely just bumper to bumper, and you get stuck in them, and literally from a light to the next light, which you could see, could take a half an hour. And that's not an exaggeration. It's like, what are you people doing? I'm going to put up a video, and for those of you coming in, I can't guarantee that it's not going to be jammed after the video goes up, but I take you through the alleyways, and I take you through some little back roads. They're right there, but I guess nobody knows they're there. And I do know they're there. And I can get from one end of Pigeon Forge to the other in under 6 minutes, give or take 6 minutes. 6 minutes. I can get you there. Whereas if I went out to the main road, made a right, I wouldn't get to the next light in a half an hour. It's just craziness. But I can get you from one end of Pigeon Forge to the entrance of Gatlinburg. Not the way that I showed you on that video. It's a whole nother video. Eric, you need some help with back roads from Parkside Cabin Rentals to Rocky Top Mountain Sports Complex. We're coming down for the Turkey Bowl in November. I'll look into that. I've been in that area, but I would have to actually go through some of these roads because some of them are really cool roads. Some of them are really twisty, turny, and some scare me. And I don't get scared either, but I come over and I'm in the Legacy and I'm flying up and I can't see what's over me, and it's like, do I slam on the brakes and take the chance of skidding off into a plume of smoke, or just slow it down and see where it goes? Because some of them are so steep, and then they're like that. So as your car is cresting, the front of your car is going up, and you don't see the road. So you've got to stay straight. But even though when you stay straight and come down, sometimes they go hard right, hard left. It's a lot of fun. It's like a roller coaster. You could make it a roller coaster ride driving around these roads here. David Fontaine says, I put up a 2-minute video last night. I didn't see it on the Halloween display someone put up in their neighbor. I'll check it out. How come I didn't get a notification? I got your bell clicked. I'll double check that. But Eric, I'll look into that as well, because you're talking Parkside Cabin Rentals, Rocky Top Mountain. Yeah, that's by the sports complex. I'm sure there are a couple of ways in there. Never ever be afraid to take the back roads. Sure, you can get a little lost, but it's not like you're going to be lost for years or something. All these roads lead somewhere. All roads lead to some place. And as long as you got a phone, you can always Google it. When you get a lot of times when you go down into down a mountain or into a valley, some of these cell phones don't work because of the cell service. But as you crest the mountain, stop, pull over side of road, and Google where you are, and especially Google. Don't use maps or any of those other things. They're second rate. If you use Google, and I'm not a big follower of Google and the rest of the Big Brother thing, but they are great with their directions. You get to the top of a hill, pull over somewhere, and Google. All you have to do is ask it where I am, and she'll tell you where you are. And then you could say directions to sports complex. From that point where you are, give it a second, and she'll tell you, go down here, make a left, go down here, make a right. And they'll get you there. I use it all the time. No problem. Eric says, thanks. No problem. Just trying to avoid all the traffic in Gatlinburg 321. Yeah, there's, they didn't anticipate this. They never ever thought in a million years that Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg would get as big as it is, and it's not done growing yet. It's not even close to being done. So they have a traffic problem they're going to have to deal with, and I don't know how they're going to deal with it because there's no more place to put a road. I mean, you're pretty much 66 is that main artery that goes to these places, and they've already done some outer work, but you can only do so much because these places are isolated, and the government isn't going to let them plow through the national forest, and I hope they don't ever do that. Leave the forest alone. That's why people are coming up here. They don't come up here to take a road to get here. They come up here to be up here and enjoy the Smoky Mountain National Forest. So I don't know. I just know after the holidays things calm down. In the winter, after Christmas is over and New Year's, pretty much it's a great time to come up to the Smoky Mountains. Granted, there in Gatlinburg there used to be a time that after New Year's a lot of it would shut down, but due to the influx of tourists from all over the world, pretty much they stay open now. And one thing you have to be mindful though is when it snows up there, up in Gatlinburg. They get some heavy dumpings of snow, and a lot of times they will close the roads up there. Now the Smoky Mountain National Forest in the winter, especially if there's any snow, they shut down all those places because they don't plow up there. So you have to always think of these things when you're if you're thinking about coming up here in the winter months. But if you get here in the early winter months and later on, after at the end of February, beginning of March, that's always kind of a really nice time. March is really, really pretty up here. March, your temperatures are in the 60s during the day, and at night they're in the 40s, 50s in that area, and not much snow. Not really much. In 5 years, I haven't seen much, but any time, from January to the end of February, it could happen at any time, anywhere. There's no guarantees. Although, remember the first year in March, it did snow. We were staying at several different hotels, and it snowed. And I go, wow, look at that. And she had never seen snow. Marie had never, ever seen snow. And I was thinking, how are we going to get out of this? But it didn't last long. Snow doesn't last long here. I like that. Yeah, I know, Eric. You want to try to avoid. 321 is the main artery going into Gatlinburg. And then you also have, if you come into Pigeon Forge, you can stay on 66, which is 321, and you can make a right on 321. I think it's south, that goes to Wares Valley, and that's another way to go around. That's another place you can go to, by the way. If you take 321 through Walden's Creek and Wares Valley, you go up through Wares Valley, and then you've got a great day to do it. I would love doing this, going to the Foothills Parkway, and that's right outside Wares Valley. Have you guys been on that yet? Eric, have you been on the Foothills Parkway? How about you, David? I don't know. It's been a while. I'm scrolling down to make sure I'm getting everybody there. Yeah, it's good to have you all on board. I really appreciate that. Larry, you still with us? Larry, I You know what I need is I need like have a beeper on you, a low jack, so I know where you are, so I know what you're up to. Larry. Uh, this even in the rain, the mountains are beautiful. They're absolutely stunning. So you can go up to the foothills in Where's Valley. They got a lot of cool antique stores up there. I love some of those antique stores. I had found, and I'll show you them. I've been looking and searching for a Davidson. No, sir, at least not since. Oh my goodness, it's so different. If you were a kid, this place is crazy different. Everything has changed. It is a must that you go on the Foothills Parkway and make sure you have your camera ready because the views are spectacular. You pull off, and it's not like in the old days. You kind of squeeze into a little pull-off area, and you hope you didn't get hit when you open the car. No, they've got parking areas now. You can put in 20, 30, 50 cars in some cases at the high end where they call it the oh goodness, it was right there and it died of loneliness. That happens a lot. When you get old, that happens a lot. I'll think it'll just pop in. But there's a spot at the very top that you can pull off, and there's got to be at least 50, at least. Oh, the missing link. There, see, it came out that ear and went back in the other side. The missing link, and that is really just. I go up there all the time. I just go up there to chill. If I'm having a crazy day and I need to get away, because I'm only just a couple of miles. No, my sister was telling me. Oh, this is Eric Carter. My sister was telling me about. She's coming down later this month. We are planning on doing it when you come down. Good. It is a must. Eric, you have to go on the Foothills Parkway. It is a beautiful drive. It's not tight, twisty turns. They're very leisurely turns, and just you can't get enough beauty in. I'm telling you, you'll be drunk with the beauty of the mountains. They really did a fine job of making it look really, really pretty. It's not Disney because it's real. You know, Disney's fake, but this stuff is real. And if you stay on the Foothills Parkway all the way for I'm roughly guessing 45 minutes, you'll end up at one of the most prettiest lakes I have ever seen, and it's in Chilhowie. Chilhowie. I always mispronounce it. Chilhowie or Chilhowie. And it just ends. The parkway just ends right there, and you're looking at this lake, and it's enormous, and it's beautiful, just crystal clear lake. And if you make a left, there's a swimming area there. Right, there's a bridge and a swimming area under the bridge, and a lot of people go there. It's a lot of fun. And if you make a right, you can go to the picnic areas around the lake, as well as rent boats, kayaks, canoes, sea-doos. Really just a beautiful place to go. Good morning, Susan. Why aren't you making crafts? We're from Eric Carter says he's from Ohio. We try to come down twice a year. Good for you. Good for you. Because you're not all that far. How many hours does it take you, Eric, to get down here? Is it like 6 or 8 from Ohio? It depends on, I guess, where you live in Ohio. Because you guys are getting cold up there now. I'm sure you are. Man, it's really raining. Really raining. So much for my painting today, huh? There's always stuff to do in the inside. There's always stuff to do. I've got painting to do. I want to paint the kitchen and this bathroom that's right below me, and then down below in the first I want to paint that bathroom. A nice sunshine yellow. Right now I have a peach in there, but I'm going to do it in a sunshine yellow. Make it a little pop, a little brighter. I get tired of the peach, and so now it's going to be sunshine yellow. Goodness gracious. So what else are you guys going to do when you come here? David, what else? What do you have planned? Do you have an itinerary yet? Have you thought about it? I could fill up your itinerary real quick. Things to do. Because there's so much. You can't fit it in. It is amazing how if you're going to be here for a couple of days or a week, your day could start at 6 in the morning and stop at 6 at night, and you still will not have seen a fraction of what there is up here. Eric said it takes me about 6. Yeah, I figured 6 hours, depending where you are. If it's me and my wife and we bring the kids, about 7 hours. Yeah, because you got to stop, you got to feed them. And David says yes. Okay, you got an itinerary. Good. If there's anything you're missing, just let me know, and I could, give you more information on it. I'm always out looking around. Kind of anyway. Yeah, kind of. The problem with making plans is they never happen the way that you plan, because you get distracted up here real easily, really. But it's always good to have some sort of outline of something you're going to do. Plan your dive, dive your plan. And you can always deviate from it if you want. It's okay, but try to stick to what you were doing so that you kind of get everything in and go, oh man, we forgot to do that. We forgot to do that. But and it kind of, I think how I would do it, it would matter on how angry I'm getting as I'm getting closer to whatever it is I'm heading to. Like if my stress level is like maximum because the traffic is so bad, and or the lines. I hate lines. Nothing discourages me more than going to a place and there's a line, like a restaurant. There's a line. I will not wait in a line. I just won't. I'll forfeit it and do it another day, because I get aggravated standing in line. And it's not, don't get the wrong idea, I just don't like standing and waiting, because I just get agitated, and it's like, oh man, I didn't plan on waiting 2 hours. And I've actually been to restaurants around here where you have to wait 2 hours, and there's no way. It's just not going to happen. I'll come back another day. I'm not that hungry that I can't go down the street and get something else to eat. Not that hungry. Eric says, we're coming in on Wednesday, November 25th, and leaving December 2nd. That's good. You're going to be here a long time. But the 25th through the 29th is all filled up with football. Of course it is. Of course. I wouldn't have even thought of anything else. Stacy Fowler. Hi from North Georgia. Hello, Stacy. Now, hopefully the biggest question I'm going to ask you is, have you subscribed? Now, I don't remember all your names. I'm trying to remember everybody's name, but I barely remember my own name now. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. And if you have already, thank you so much. If not, why not? There. North Georgia. So you're right down the street, Stacy. You're in North Georgia. You're not really far at all. Just probably 4 or 5 hours away. David says, only definitive plans are when we're spending time on the island and the Smoky Mountain Railroad. Yeah, that's a really nice place. I'll be doing stuff there shortly. Also, Anakeesta, the one night we're staying. Gatlinburg and probably Dollywood after 5 p.m. one night. Yeah, it's really nice up there at night. I like it up there at night. I prefer Dollywood at night more than I do the day, because it's just so much prettier. So much prettier. Ridge 304, good morning. Thank you for joining. Good morning, good morning. Coming up for a week after Christmas. You're smart. You figured it out, huh? Because after Christmas, things start slowing down considerably. Any recommendations, crowds, weather? Weather's usually pretty good. It could be, there are times it could be a little chilly. Not bad, but do bring a coat along. At nights, it can get, in that time, and right after Christmas, end of December, beginning of January, it's still pretty cool up here. So dress accordingly, but also bring stuff that's not for real cold weather, because the daytime sometimes get up to 65, 70. And so you don't want to be wearing like a parka, like you're dressing for the Arctic, and then it's 70 degrees. You're not going to be happy on that one. There's so much to do, Ridge 304. It depends on what your likes are. Now, there are must-sees in this place. There are truly must-see. One, you always should go to Gatlinburg. You should always go to Pigeon Forge. You should always go to Sevierville. And you should always add to your new list Townsend, because that is really starting to be a nice... It's not a whole bunch of stuff in Townsend, but it is a nice place to go. Calhoun, next to Dalton. I've been there many times. Many times in Georgia, Stacy. Calhoun, next to Dalton. Yes, I've stayed there. That's almost like when I used to drive up If I used to go to this place, I think it was in Dalton. It was an antique place. Um, God, I could see it. I could see, but I'm having trouble with the name. I think it was like Duck's Nest Antiques. Had ducks in it. Really cool place. Found a lot of cool stuff there. If you're ever going to do antique shopping, Georgia, especially North Georgia, that's a very cool place to go because there's still a lot of um, treasures that are still there in these little antique stores. Mallard's Nest. Mallard's Nest Antiques. I got it now. Finally came to me. Cute case of stupid hit me. Mallard's Nest Antiques. And they're great people. They're really nice people. Oh, I could talk with them for hours. All the things they haven't done. I wonder if it's still there, but I found a lot of cool stuff. I filled up the back of the car. Didn't plan on it at all, but I was kicking stuff in, putting it in with my feet. Just keep getting. I can get more. I can get more. Come on, keep bringing it out till I tell you to stop. They liked me because I came up every few months. I would drive there from Florida. This is when I was living in Florida. And it wasn't all that long of a drive. Just driving from Florida, the Tampa Bay area, up through Florida, that took forever. And then I would stop at Dalton and Calhoun up there because that was my breakaway point because I'd be driving back up to New York. And it's kind of like a cool. And there was a great place there. And Stacy, I can't. It was a Chinese restaurant right outside Mallard's Nest Antique in that same area. There was a Chinese restaurant. I had to go there. They made the best garlic chicken. Oh, goodness, it was fantastic. A real Asian family cooking in this little ma pa place. I loved it very much. Ah. And David says, by the way, thanks for having me on the other. No, oh, no problem. My girls absolutely love. I'm glad. I'm glad you got a nice family there. You really do. And you're crazy because you got the best collection of cool stuff. I love somebody that collects and dives in and does it right, especially the little ones. She said, "Yeah, your kids were wonderful, and they look like they're good kids, and you're a good father, and I'm glad that you're happy and stuff. I'm glad you guys are all coming up because there's so much for them to do here. Oh my goodness gracious, there's so much to do. I mean, you know that you go to the island, there's nothing for the kids to want at the island. There's just things to do all over the place, and for you and your wife too. There's all the cute little places you go in, the little restaurants, and you could walk around that thing for hours. And of course, the island at night, the fountain. In the day, it's okay, but at night, when that fountain starts going to the music, and it's just a lot of fun to watch. And then you got Paula Dean's over there, and you got Margaritaville. So you can go to all these different places, and then all the little stores that are on the market square. That's really a cool place. A good place to go is Emery Five and Dime. That's really a cool place to go. They got all the stuff that I remember as a kid there. I can't believe they have all that stuff there. Oh, I'm having a hard time pronouncing your name. Markham? Good morning to you. Obviously from another country. I love that. Make sure you subscribe. I hope it's Makam. Makam. If Try to phonetically spell it for me. And but hello. I appreciate that. We're getting a lot of international people on our channel, and I think that's because of Marie, because she's Asian and she communicates with people from China, Japan, Korea, Philippines, and stuff, and that's good. But you're not from there. I'm taking a guess, and I'm taking a guess. Russian or Ukrainian from the. I'm trying to pronounce your name, Makam, and I know there's a way to do it. And I'm sorry if I'm doing it wrong, but I don't. I'm not. I don't know a lot of language. I speak two languages, English and bad English. That's it. And I'm having trouble. But thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Stacy says closed down. We've lost a lot around over the yeah. But that's going to change. I really think I think Stacy, your area of Georgia, that's it's a sleeper too. You know, it's just like here. 3 years ago, this area was not all that built up. 5 years ago, it was not like it is now. It's gotten progressively better, and with times changing, your area will grow again. Those places will resurrect. They always do. The pendulum swings both ways. David says, "Yeah, they're excited as we are. We're staying one night at Margaritaville, which I'm sure you'll have fun there. One of the nights you'll be staying in Pigeon Forge. Do you know where you're going to be staying in Pigeon Forge? There's a lot of cool places of the island. That's always fun. I've seen those rooms. That's nice because it's like you're in a you're in another country looking over the streets, the little winding streets, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I wish this person would phonetically spell their name. I'd love to talk to them. But if you're coming up, all you guys, and I know you are, try to have some itinerary for what it is you want to do and where you want to go. And try not to hopscotch. That's usually the mistake most people make. They go, oh, we're going to Pigeon Forge, then we're going to go to, Gatlinburg, and then we're going to come back again to Pigeon Forge, because you're going to waste a lot of time in the traffic. A lot of time. So if you're going to Gatlinburg, go to Gatlinburg. Do the Gatlinburg. Hmm? If you're going to talk, Marie's up here. You can speak. No? We got somebody here, I can't quite pronounce his or her name. And they're here from overseas somewhere, but no, that's not Greek. It looks Russian or Ukrainian, or see it right there, Machum, and I can't even come close to the last name. And they go EMM, M. So I'm assuming M is hi or hello. That's very cool. But we're working on it. What time is it? What you have to be at 11, right? Yeah, okay. She has an appointment at 11, so I'm going to have to get David. I may take all hell. Not a bad idea. I'm trying to, David. I may just have to do it myself. I want to do a video from the helicopter. And that's one of it. David's going to take a helicopter ride. She doesn't want to go up in the helicopter, but I've been in so many helicopters. It's just another thrill ride. So yeah, do it. Go ahead, Dave. Do it. It depends on the time. They're pretty quick, and there's 3 or 4 just in Pigeon Forge alone, and they're not that expensive really. They're around $50, and they'll take you around the Pigeon Forge area. And the more money you throw at him, the further he takes you. But you just kind of get up, see the thing, and then you come on back down. Right? Who? Croatia. That could be too. And I apologize for not knowing how to pronounce their name. What? Susan. Jeff. What? What? My sister's watching too. No matter how far I am, my crazy sister still finds me. David says, I want to take the $109 Ridge Runner tour, and that takes you up to all the mountaintops. You're going to cruise along. That's really nice up there. That's a sight to behold. That's where you better have your camera ready on that one. I was hoping that when I do the helicopter tour with Marie, I want to make sure there's no doors on the side. I want the doorless helicopter. That's the way to go. That's a thrill because you're strapped in. You're not going anywhere. Not at all. Yeah, helicopter ride. Why not? I've been in many helicopters. It's just fun. It's noisy, but it's fun. Stacy says I watch all your old videos. You all are great. Thank you. Stacy's from North Georgia. There are more old videos. I'm trying to get them because I had another channel, and so that's annoying. It is really annoying. Do you hear her phone? That's like 200 feet away from here, and it sounds like a horn. And she goes, I still can't hear it. I still can't hear it. Thank you for watching the video, Stacy. I appreciate that. But the family doesn't like high. Well, then you just go up. The little one says she wants to go. I think she'll enjoy it. Little kids tend to be daredevils and thrill seekers. They don't have the fear like we get as we get older, for the most part. So take a chance. I mean, I don't think she'll freak out on that. It's really a lot of fun. Going in a helicopter or a small plane, they're always fun. I'm getting the by the by the size of the vein on the timekeeper's neck that's sticking out, saying I gotta go. I have to really sign off now. Marie has I don't know, something going on, an appointment, whatever. She's looking at me. And why do you have a hatchet in your hand? Oh my goodness. Next week, Separation Station goes back on the air. Separation Station TV with Marie and Sven, the pool boy. And I won't be here. I'll be in the garden with my feet sticking out of the ground. You'll see 2 sneakers sticking out of the ground. David says he's done the doorless helicopter ride in Charleston in '99. I'd rather... Oh, well, of course you were inebriated. But see, I enjoy that. It was incredible. Small helicopter, sitting basically hanging. Yeah, but there's nothing like... Being enclosed in, to me, is like you're being... It's claustrophobic. I'd rather have the doors off that thing and just go around and fly, because you're there up to enjoy that experience. So you want the maximum experience you can get. I agree. Eric Carr, thanks for the vids. Have a good... You too. Thank you very much. Stacy, thanks very much. Check out all the new videos. I'll have another video up today, sometime this afternoon. It'll be the secret alleyways in Pigeon Forge to get to every point in Pigeon Forge as quick as I do. And literally, I can make it from one end of Pigeon Forge to the other in about 6 minutes. Where everyone else takes 6 hours, I can get you there in 6 minutes. Because I have no patience for this. So anyway, thanks for joining us today. And, of course, we'll do it again real soon. Thank you. Love you guys. I'll be back again tomorrow night, 7 to 9. Join Marie and I will be on Sunday night